Hello there, kia ora. This week the ACT Party showed that they're not really all that dedicated to their much-touted claim of one rule for all. After all, it's a line that they use a lot, especially when trying to whitewash their more targeted policies aimed at Māori. The ball actually started rolling on this last week when National Party MP James Meagher and ACT Party MP Cameron Luxton, seen here naked as the day he was born apparently, complained about Te Pāti Māori MP Hana Rāwhiti Maipi Clark using her laptop in Parliament, having a whole bunch of logos and stickers on it. One of those is this barely visible Te Pāti Māori logo. House rules say that there should be no visible party logos on desks used by MPs, and in that discussion it was pointed out that ACT MPs wear their ACT logo on ACT lapel badges in the House. So Speaker Jerry Brownlee made a ruling afterwards that party badges are also prohibited from the House from now on. So this week, when ACT MPs wore their badges, he refused to let them speak or answer questions because they were in breach of the rules he set. The one set of rules for all in the House. Now, ACT leader David Seymour called their refusal to remove them a protest against the discrimination and bullying from other parties that they feel they get. And their view was that Brownlee wasn't taking their complaints seriously.
Yesterday, I reinforced with whips and others who were at the Business Committee that the display of party logos in the House in any form is not a permitted activity. Hasn't been for some time. Question number 2, in the name of Todd Stevenson.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
And I'll stop him right there. You can go ahead with your question when you've got rid of the logo.
Well, Mr. Speaker, a point of order then.
Not a point of order.
Well, I would just refer you to a ruling Speaker Mallard made in relation to pins in the House.
That's good. I made a new one yesterday. Nothing. So if you want to read if you want to deliver your question to the House, remove the pin.
Mr. Speaker, are you seriously saying that under Standing Order 90.1 you are going to kick a member out of the House for being highly disorderly for wearing a lapel pin?
No, it would be for challenging the chair or the Speaker, which is quite a different matter, as has been pointed out by others in the House already today.
Like the ACT MP wasn't the one who started the whole issue around logos, and their party isn't one of the strongest voices in the coalition specifically targeting anything that sees a positive outcome for Māori. And his confidence in Brownlee was apparently going downhill. So it's okay for the ACT Party to call out other parties, but not to be called out for not following the rules. It's almost like what they actually mean is our rules for all, not one rule for all.
Well, you're asking the Parliament to make a judgment.
Well, I'm asking
You're asking the Parliament to accept your judgment, in which case I certainly don't.
We also saw this attitude pop up, though, with claims of bullying from Karen Shower, who is finding it very stressful at the moment in Parliament because she feels, well, personal attacks against her during debates around removing the highly effective Section 7AA of the Oranga Tamariki Act are workplace bullying, while also claiming her personal experiences are actually part of the driver for the changes she's the figurehead behind. Now, Parliament is tough at times. It can feel brutal for those under pressure, and there should be absolutely zero tolerance for people who bully and belittle others in Parliament or any workplace. Which is why it's kind of depressing to see Karen here as one of the MPs laughing at recent comments made by the Deputy Prime Minister using a slur that denigrates disabled people. For someone so impacted by the words used in Parliament, you'd think she would be more aware of why laughing at something like that, which is hurtful to others, is probably not the best course of action. For 92% of the voting population, ACT crying foul when they're treated the way they treat others is no surprise. This is a party, after all, that claims that Māori shouldn't get special treatment or extra resourcing to help achieve better outcomes. But charter schools, which are given better government-funded resourcing and special treatment compared to public schools to get better results, is absolutely fine. But this coalition has always been, well, an uneasy threesome, and everyone knows how easily it could break apart if one of the party leaders threw a tantrum about not getting what they wanted and walked away. Especially the Prime Minister. Considering later this month we're expected to find out why former ACT Party President Tim Yago suddenly resigned, we can be pretty sure we're going to keep seeing these distractions. So, expect to keep seeing these double standards pop up. Expect to keep seeing the PM ignore the behaviours and say things like, That's an issue for their party, and keep expecting to see a party that only got 8% of the vote exert disproportionate influence on the future of this country.